Well, hello everyone. We are back on Buffy, a two-episode today, and we're going to do amends, and we're going to do gingerbread. I have mixed feelings about both of these episodes. They're not two of my favorites as far as that goes, but I do have some awesome guests today, most of which were on my Toxic 1985 retro last night. So that's going to be kind of cool. And without further ado, let's go ahead and just bring everybody in. Hey guys, how are you? And Mr. E's here. Awesome.
Hey.
Unmute your mic. And Northern English Bastard, I hope unlike our 1985 stream, you've actually seen some these episodes we're going to talk about, so I don't have to boot you like I did yesterday.
I was supposed to watch these fucking episodes?
Oh. So he's gone. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Mr. E, glad you could make it, brother. I had no idea in talking with you in other collaborations we've done before, and I had no idea you were a Buffy fan.
Strangely, this is about the time I actually had started going to college, and that was the big craze. I was a little older than everybody, and everybody was watching it, so went in Rome, so to speak, and I just grew to love it. The characters, the cast, and all kinds.
What college were you going to that this was like super? If you don't mind me asking, this is interesting.
I was at this time I was at the University of Texas here in Austin.
Guys, I'm recording. Can you please? University of Austin is a big
university. UT Austin.
Okay.
The main campus, the flagship, the Longhorns, basically. So it was the big buzz around the freshman dorm, I guess. Not the freshman dorm, but the larger dorm. It's called Jester. It's like this huge, but each floor has like a commons, and it was always on TV. Everybody would gather around. It's quite interesting. I mean, I didn't catch.
So you were watching it in real time when it was like coming out, right? Hello? What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
What just that? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Maybe did you mute yourself or did you lose signal, Mr. E? Mr. E may have lost signal. I don't know what happened. You guys can hear me.
He was getting upset about the line of questioning about what he did at college.
Oh, I get it. He's like, I don't want. Yeah, I went to Rape Tech and studied roofies. So I don't know, Mr. E, if you can hear us, but we can't hear you, just jump back in, maybe exit yourself out, and then jump back in again with the link, because sometimes that happens as far as that goes. Maybe his internet signal with that. So anyway, so that's interesting. I didn't know that was like a big thing in college. But I guess that kind of makes sense actually. Amends and Gingerbread. So Amends was the episode that they played before the so he's back. So Amends was the episode that they played before they did the little sabbatical. The way they used to do TV was they would have a certain amount of episodes on its first run. So like say a TV show premiered in September or August. It would run until usually the holidays, and then it would take a little break, play some reruns, and then come back. So like Amends was the last of the episodes before like the little holiday break. And then they'd usually do a clear run all the way to the end of the series. Now, that's not going to happen with Buffy season 3, but there are specific and very special reasons for that. Not, well, special as in bad, special not as in good. But we'll get to that when we get a little closer to that. But there is some glitches that come with that. But generally, when you had a 22 episode run show, they'd go all the way to the holiday season, run 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 reruns, and then come back after the break. So they were, in chronologically, Amends and Gingerbread do follow each other. Mystery, are you back with us, bud?
Yeah, it's raining here, and we had a little hiccup in the electricity. So.
No problemo, totally easy. So you were a big dork and you watched it in college. We got it, no problem.
Exactly. Well, the girls were watching it, so I was watching it.
I hear that. Yeah, I heard that. So now, if everyone remembers from last week, we had played the Buffy promo for Amends where they had the 1-800-COLLECT, adorable little time capsule into 1998. So they had the 1-800-COLLECT thing. Did we ever figure out who won the walk. So supposedly they had ran a contest where people would use 1-800-collect, and if you used it at a certain time or used it enough or whatever in the drawing, you would get a walk-on roll onto Buffy. Did we figure that out or no?
Northern
I think I mentioned it earlier. I'm just bringing a name up again of the Buffy walk-on roll.
Jessica Johnson.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did she get to do on? I mean, I can Google it, but what did Jessica Johnson get to do for Buffy? Like, what episode was she in?
Literally, it just says it was the walk-on role in The Prom instead. Whatever episode The Prom was, she was in it. But
that was like 20, I believe, towards the end. That was right before the season finale.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if she had no speaking role, she might not even be listed in the credits. If she's just in the background, like, serving muffins or opening a door or something. But I wonder if when they say walk on roll, it's like, hi, your table's ready, or taxi. And then I don't know the extent in terms of Hollywood at the time, what they would consider a walk on roll, whether she had lines or not.
Well, I mean, if it's a walk on roll, I'm assuming she had at least one speaking line, if I'm not mistaken. So
I guess
it might have been,
when we watch it, won't we?
I guess we can look for any blonde. I mean, and if she has a line, I'm sure she'll have a.
So this is the WB put this out. The WB promoted this episode as a Buffy Christmas. So they didn't even call it Amends. They called it a Buffy Christmas, but its technical name is Amends. It had a 1-800-collect commercial that aired at the 8th episode of its season, The Lover's Walk, promoting viewers a chance to win a walk-on. Well, a walk-on roll. I'm not gonna.
Am I the only one here old enough to have called that number?
No, I did it. I had a 1-800-collect thing. I had a 1-800-collect thing when I was in the Army before I had a cell phone.
The calling cards, the good old calling cards. Yeah.
I used to sing and dance to the I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, and I got a Sprite in you. And I was using payphones when they were only a dime.
God, the good old days.
Jesus, you are an old motherfucker. Golly.
My new hips are in the mail.
They better be somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Buffy Amends. I'm not doing the usual slideshow thing because I didn't have time because I had a military reunion last night after work, and I was here stuck at work for a long time. Overslept, as we know, and only really even woke up. I slept through my alarm and only really woke up because critter boomer that he is fucking butt dialed us on the group chat line this morning. But I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did because I woke up and I was just like, whoa, what? Because we had all the windows open and it was like 50 degrees last night and cold air. Like I can survive almost anything, but cold air will shut me down like a trank dart to the neck. But yeah, anyway, Buffy. So this is Amends and AKA a Buffy Christmas. The big significant thing with this is that our friend Angel is going through an existential crisis where he is having dreams and seeing visions of the people that he murdered while he was a vampire. Simultaneously, the group is sort of splintered in the fact that Cordelia is still upset about being cheated on by Xander at Lover's Walk. Well, I mean, they were cheating for a while, but caught in Lover's Walk. And then Willow trying to get back together with Oz. And Buffy starts to get the dreams that Angel is getting as well. And basically, it's an evil telling Angel, hey, listen, you're evil. Might as well just accept it. Just go ahead and, drink from the Slayer. Do this, do that. And he's like, no, I don't want to. I want to be good. And, that kind of thing. So I've heard it said by like Passion of the Nerd that this is Angel episode 0 because this is what, does two things. One, gets him to understand that he has a mission of his own that he's got to do, away from Buffy. And two, he's got to do, something to, distance himself from her because it's too tantalizing and too easy to fall back into, those kind of habits. But we find out that what's doing this is a mystical energy evil called the First, which can haunt you and they can take over the images of the dead. Remember that because it's going to be important later, much, much later in a later season for those reading ahead. But I don't want to spoil too terribly much. But yeah, they are messing with Angel, getting in his head, telling him that he must be evil again and he must do this and he must do that. and he doesn't want to do these things. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, he is a vampire. He's going to want to do this. So that's what's going on with him. And Buffy and Giles decide they're going to try to help him. What did you guys just like initial thoughts of this holiday episode, for lack of a better term? Critter, go ahead and go first. You barely got a chance to talk yesterday. Talk as much as you like, as long as it's not Star Trek. If you start saying Star Trek, I'm going to boot you.
On the show Andromeda, which is a Star Trek ripoff.
Oh, you fucker!
All right, I enjoyed it. I will admit, I think it was more soap opera relationshipy, but it was still enjoyable because at this point, you know, vampire fan, I've been pulled into the show. I enjoyed the show, and I have to say, like, no, there wasn't a lot of slang. You got your action set pieces and some demon stuff, but and some creepy. I love the, you know, everyone's waking up in bed screaming. So I enjoyed it, but I think it was more relationshipy, you know, holding hands and walking in the snow to get a coffee, that kind of stuff. But it was still good. I still liked it.
Yeah.
And it certainly does flesh out a little bit more of Angel for someone who's just kind of, I would say, watching the show for the first time in 20 years when I kind of half watched it. So I only saw certain episodes way back when, or on Netflix or Hulu back in the day. And now I'm actually watching the episodes in sequence. So I kind of enjoy this additional information about Angel.
Okay. Northern, go for it.
It is very melodramatic, and I do agree with Critter Kingsford on it being very soap opera-ish, but it is executed very well because we have been given context to where Angel kind of like feeling that is that he is this monster and maybe the world would be better off without him, and it does seem to hit home a little bit as well, especially amongst the facts that the holiday is basically the time when most people unalive themselves. It's a very tragic thing, but it has got some redeemable moments. I mean, Xander kind of redeems himself a little bit, and we get more context into why he's a bit of a prick. And we also try and get Buffy and her mum to sort of trying to give Faith, a nice, loving, warm home to spend Christmas, family for Faith to spend Christmas with. But
liked it.
Yeah, and it's got a few problems as well. Like there was a bit where Buffy is talking with Giles, about saving Angel, and Xander just kind of comes out of nowhere for some reason. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, we get more context into Angel and his past, and you do kind of get why he is feeling so terrible. But it does also lead to when the snow comes at the end, just to stop him from getting evaporated by the sunlight. He does start to sort of like take it in his stride and decide it does kind of add most kind of plant a seed into why he decides to maybe try and do more good in the hopes of finding redemption. It's kind of like, he's dropped this boulder now, and is he gonna go back down to roll it back up again, or is he gonna wait for the sun to kill him?
Yeah, you're talking about the Albert Camus, myth of Sisyphus type thing. Yeah, I like that, and watching The Passion of the Nerds, and I'll link Passion of the Nerd into the description of this video. He has a really great video on this, and he does some cool stuff, and he has some really good ideas about it. He's able to go deeper into this than I would ever. And really, at the end of the day, that's really the only reason that I like this episode at all, is for the ideas behind it. But yeah, it's basically just a meaningless existence for him. He's a vampire who can't be a vampire. He can't do evil stuff because he wants to do good. He's disgusted by the thought of the stuff that he used to do, but at the same time, he can't really do as much good as he wants, because he's always conflicted about the things that he does, which of course leads us into what's going to happen next season, where he's like, look, I got to go find my own mission and my own purpose. And he finds out not only was he brought back for a reason, he was brought back for a very specific prophecy type reason. But here at this point, he just doesn't know that. He's just like, look, I went evil again. I killed a bunch of people, and then they randomly brought me back. And the evil, the first, is trying to tell him, hey, it was us. We brought you back so that you could do bad stuff. But of course, that's BS. That's not true. But I mean, in order to, facilitate that, they start, just working on him with these, things, and explicitly like Jenny Calendar. So Mr. E, give me your thoughts on this.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I actually thought this one was boring as hell, and I'm gonna be. It was a filler, and I could tell it was a filler. It felt like a filler. It didn't really progress the story, other than I just remember at the time they were already talking about what's his name branching off and starting his own show. It was all the buzz on the in the media, so to speak, and this just reiterated it. I was kind of disappointed when they brought the Angel character back because it ended beautifully the second season. I mean, I thought that was just perfect. I mean, from the mid season to the season finale, it resonated. That's what really hooked me on Buffy. And then to see him come back, I felt kind of cheated in a way. At least in the as soon as he did, there was really no trial and tribulation bringing him back, earning the character. It was just to bring him out back because he was such a popular character. And then this just said, okay, now we're gonna have a new, a spinoff basically. Which I'm not a big fan of spinoffs. I'm not a big fan of sequels.
Well, that leads me to my next question. So, and I get what you're saying, 100%. So, are you not an Angel fan?
No, I don't get me wrong. Once I started watching it, I grew to love it, but I was skeptical and I was just kind of butthurt at this point. I was like, come on. It's just we had a good dynamic. He died off. It was a great character. I felt Buffy needed to grow past Angel. This was her senior year. This is the year of growth. I remember my senior year. I just I was getting ready to take on the world, and I felt in a lot of ways the Angel Buffy dynamic. We already pretty much that progressed from just flirtation to relationship to betrayal to the breakup basically, where she sends him to hell. But bringing it back kind of felt cheap, and it wasn't earned. Even bringing it back now, if this third season had been about bringing Angel back, at least part of it, I could see that. But it just kind of he's back, surprise. It felt cheap, and that was in. I guess that's the only thing I got, and I really felt this one was just kind of slow to me. It was holiday season, everybody was in a chipper mood, and then
it's a very holiday, and they tout it that way too. I mean, and that's one of the things about it is they tout it. But I mean, knowing what we know with the fact that they're going to start that whole spin-off show, and the fact that the big bad of season 7 is who it is,
right.
Knowing that it is actually important, and like I said, obviously I had not at that point read Myth of Sisyphus. At that point, I had no idea what existentialism was, what absurdism was. I had no idea. Hell, I knew nothing. The only thing I knew about philosophy was that Patrick Swayze had a degree in it from Roadhouse. Like that's all I knew about like philosophy.
Ironically, I was taking I think 1301 philosophy at the time, so
wow.
Even then it still wasn't resonating with me then. But you kind of, from the stuff I read as a kid and stuff like that, I felt in a lot of ways, I see where they were going with it. I just felt it was rushed. This is one of the few times I felt Whedon just should have held back a little further.
Well, this is a very Whedon-esque episode.
Right.
I get what they were going with it. Like I said, it's been, if you have a second, the video that I sent from Passion of the Nerd that's in the group chat, you should take a look at it. It's very well done and gives you a much deeper perspective than I'm able to come up with. I go back to it time and time again because especially, ex-military, and you're wondering once you're no longer in the military, what your purpose in life is. What is the point? I used to be in charge of $1 million equipment and I had people's lives and I had this whole brotherhood. And now I'm going to Starbucks and trying to figure out like which chick I'm going to, try to go bang and do I need to wear rubber or not? And how to please my fucking civilian boss and, navigate that shit. And you just like, you're in like this completely different world and it's super duper difficult to do that. So the whole idea of existentialism and in that part, the myth of Sisyphus to like push that rock up the hill again. I mean, That's basically something that I say to myself on a regular basis. Hell, it's something that Northern said to me the other day when I was having a fucked up day. He was like, "Hey man, go pick your rock up again." Because at the end of the day, that's all we're really doing. It's the toil of mankind is just you push that rock up a hill, it's going to go down. You got to go get it. You got to bring it back up again. And, and that's it, and it just beats you down. And it's kind of the mission statement for Angel more than really even Buffy. It becomes his mission statement, which, spoilers ahead, that's his battle never ends. His war never ends with that. And I really like that. And there's like a whole, episode of it after he goes dark and he realizes it's meaningless and purposeless, but you have to assign meaning in it. You have to just choose to say, you know what? I don't know what the big picture is. I can't fix it. I don't know but I'm just going to choose to do this because I want to do it, because
there's always something worth fighting for.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, I will say I'm glad they made Angel, and particularly the series finale. When I saw the series finale, I left satisfied because it was a little ambiguous. And the last thing I remember, Angel's character saying, I want the dragon," and stuff like that. That's what I enjoyed about Angel.
Well, I guess we don't need to do any more of these since Mr. E just spoiled all the rest of the Buffy versus. Thanks for joining us on the Toxic Retro.
Well, looks like I'll go gambling then.
Yeah. Well, guess we go start day drinking now. Fun fact, Robia Lamort, who plays Jenny Calendar, she was very disturbed by this. She became very, very religious, born-again Christian. I always think those people are funny, the born-again Christians, because like, oh, did God fuck up the first time?
Right.
So, she was very disturbed by the whole idea. It was like, bitch, you're in a fucking vampire show. Like, what did you think you were going to be doing? Like, come on, man.
It sounds creepy in this stuff. She really is.
I was gonna say it sounds a little like not as extreme, but I forgot Kirk Cameron in that sitcom.
Oh yeah, Growing
Pains. Yeah, like talk about like screwing up the rest of the show. His views were imposed on the cast and the story writing. So here's a girl who I'm doing a vampire horror show, and they freaked me out so much. Now I got to go find.
Well, it's so
Jesus.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous, isn't it? Because just so you guys know, Robia Lamort used to be a backup singer and dancer for motherfucking Prince and was one of his Prince ladies. So don't tell me that this little WB vampire show was where you really cross a line when we know you were like triple teaming, Prince and doing all kind of. I mean, I'm sure he was like putting Skittles in her butt, and anything ridiculous. Like, stop it, stop.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow, you dirty hooker. But yeah, Critter, we haven't heard much from you on this. What's your ideas? The myth of Sisyphus angle, Angel, Zero.
I think that you got a character. Both of them are dealing with what's the purpose, their relationship, and
hey, buddy,
again, it is soap opera. But like,
I'm recording something. Can you not talk so loud? Thanks.
Who, me? What? I thought I was supposed to talk.
You could hear that
in the background.
You could hear that? I thought I had my mic muted.
Tell those kids to shut up.
Yeah.
No, it was very soap opera-y, but I still enjoy. But you got this. Both Angel and Buffy are suffering from that. Pushing the boulder. What's the point? How do we? How do you move forward? Can there ever be them being together and enjoying life? And the other part of the episode I'm really enjoying is like this creepy, very attractive women are creepy and evil, just popping up. And I love the constant waking up in bed, the creepy effed up dreams of his past lives. And, it's so I like the, I guess I'll say the mystery or the dream sequency of these creatures dealing, the Slayer, the vampire, and even the demon, all just being interwoven. And I'm making it sound like too big of a deal. I enjoyed the episode because of all the creepiness. And like, Angel is talking to Giles, and there she is in the back. And I'm watching. I'm like, wait, she's not there. He sees her. He doesn't, So creepy stuff. I enjoyed it.
I guess I had a bad USB cord hooked into my microphone, so I was talking through my computer mic and not my mic. So every time I tapped it to shut it down when I thought I was like, I thought I was like telling the kids, like, be quiet. So, well, fuck it. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, no, lots of things going on in this. I'm really with Mr. E on like the first watch of this. Didn't really blow my skirt up. I'm like, it is what it is. This is kind of a weak sauce.
And
villain,
maybe I could say it's a slower paced episode, which might add to people finding it slow and boring. I mean, it's a slow pace, so people find it slow. Yeah, it is. I think it is a slower paced episode, but I kind of enjoyed the acting of it, or the characters interacting with each other. I enjoyed that part of the quietness of it all.
Yeah, I do like Buffy's little quip here that she does here. Hang on.
I get it. You're evil. Do we have to
It's just like, and then hang on, it gets even better. It's even better.
talk
Here,
about it
one.
all day?
Angel will be dead by sunrise. Your Christmas will be his wake.
No.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Let me guess. Is it evil?
I wanted to jump backwards and say it was really sad that Faith, look, everyone deals with Christmas in their own ways. And I know we were mentioning suicide rates, but it really was sad that she kind of turned down the invite and didn't want to go anywhere and had crappy little lights hung in her very sad room. And that was kind of sad to see that a very tough and powerful character, like, shit, let's just, I'm in bed hanging out in my little, no, I don't want to go anywhere. I got this party to go to. And then, of course, that all turns out to be a lie, and she does eventually go by. But like, just kind of like a sad Christmassy episode in those sitcoms that you get, on Full House.
Definitely the kind of chick that I target. I go by the motels and see what chicks are living on the holidays, and because a couple things. One, it's going to be a lot easier. Two, they're already at a motel, so they're DTF. And three, they're probably going to do butt stuff.
Oh shoot!
So
I'm telling you, I think I was actually married to a Slayer. Shit, just
like
this.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought Faith up, because that is another big, at this point, I'm like, dude, why are we not using Faith? Now I get it. She becomes major impactful for the rest of the season very, very soon. But man, she's underutilized. I'm just almost like an aside where I did like the little thing when she says, Joyce says, why don't you bring Faith in? Because she's probably not doing it. And then Buffy's like, okay, we can do that. Hey, what about Giles? And then Joyce is like, nope, he's good. I don't want him around.
That carries on for, I think, the next episode as well.
It carries on for a while with the whole Giles banging Buffy's mom. Is just
I like that. I like those kind of consequences. Even the consequences can be fucking funny.
Yeah. So ultimately, with all this stuff going on and Angel's bloodlust getting out of control, and he just decides, you know what, I'm gonna go up to the top of this hill, and I'm not going to push my rock up it again, and I'm not going to go back down and get it. I'm going to stand here and wait for the sunrise. And as it's been pointed out, suicide in the existentialism and absurdism. And again, I didn't take that in college, so I only know what I've read in a book while I was a guest of the state. It basically just says, suicide is not the answer, to this question, because it avoids it. So you're making, I think the term they use is you're making a bad faith choice. No pun intended there, because you're basically saying, I'm not going to deal with this, good or bad, afterlife or no afterlife or whatever. I'm just going to end it so that I don't have to deal with the choice, which is really, not only is it cowardly, but you're making yourself an object in the universe that has no agency, no autonomy. And I like that, because it's just like he's being overwhelmed by circumstances. We can all feel that way at certain times, but again, certainly him with this huge body count and all these horrible things he's done, and he has to live with it with a soul. He's just like, listen, I don't want to deal with it anymore. And basically, Buffy's like, hey, quit being a bitch. Come on, pick your nuts up and do something. No, it's like we do get a shit ton of melodramatic Bangel speak with it. And I do like, though, he says one really cool thing when she's like, hey, it was this other entity trying to do it. And he goes, it doesn't matter. I know it was. I don't care, because it's still true. And he also says a very interesting thing. She's like, the sun's going to be up soon. And he goes, yeah, I know. I can smell the sunrise, hours before it happens. That's very interesting. That's a very cool, which also lends itself to Lover's Walk. Spike accidentally burnt himself in the sunrise. So it means he must have been really motherfucking drunk in that one. But what's your thoughts on this scene, Critter?
Again, it's furthering this, I would say, horrible relationship, or I almost want to compare it to, like, maybe I'm wrong here, but Lady Hawk, two different worlds. They've been cursed.
I haven't seen Lady Hawk, so can you be more clear in your
Yes.
under?
A pair of lovers are cursed by a jealous king. One is a hawk the girl is a hawk during the day, and as the sun sets, the man is a wolf at night. So they can hardly spend their time together. It's like a fleeting instant where they can look at each other as they both transform. So I'm probably making too much of this, but you got the Slayer who has to kill vampires, and the vampire who tasted being human doesn't want to be a vampire, and they oil and vinegar. And I think Spike's soliloquy about that is perfect. Like, this will not end. I mean, it does end well, but technically, right now, this will not end well. And they get these little moments, a snowstorm that wasn't supposed to happen, so they can spend some time together. She can hang out with him at night, but during the day, he's got to be in his little styrofoam castle, drinking blood. So yeah, I kind of find this as an interesting hurdle. Getting back to pushing a boulder up a hill, I like the fact that these two characters, for the most part, they really won't have a normal relationship because they're both cursed and or blessed with abnormal life choices.
Excellent. I like that. Go for it, Luke. Give me your critique. Tell me.
It is very soap opera-ish, but it does kind of choke you up a little bit, though, because I mean the actors are really selling it, even despite the angel speak and that. And every time Buffy cries, I always kind of want to pity fuck her, especially when he's going on the floor. Yeah, a little bit. But I think, because it's a Christmas episode, you kind of let it go a little bit. You kind of forgive some of the cheesiness about it a little bit because, yeah, it's a Christmas episode. Sometimes you let things go a little bit. But, but once again, it does have that angel speak, but the acting is really good. And once again, it does sort of kind of lead into Angel trying to take steps into redeeming himself and actually trying to, try and find some meaning to his horrible existence.
Okay. Mr. E?
Well, I don't know. This one, I can't remember because I've seen this so many times. I can't remember. Initially, I don't remember, but over the years, I believe I've grown to kind of look at the duality in this because both Buffy and Angel's characters, prior to the events that have happened, say Angel before he became a vampire, Buffy before she became a Slayer, were both superficial people and really didn't have a soul. They were all about pleasures, materialistic things. It's only when they're inflicted by this do they gain their humanity and really touch their souls. And then see him argue like this, and he's been tortured for years, now that he's had a soul. And to see him up here at at this pinnacle, this last, I'm going to take my life. I just can't take this anymore. Her wanting him to carry on, despite, like you said, they can't go any further, but they can't go any further together, but they can go further apart and go on to live, somewhat happier lives. Or it's kind of a mix. I'm trying to remember exactly how I felt initially. I honestly think initially I was like, blah blah, love. Oh, get over it. Come on, Angel, man up. So
what do you think? What do you think that when he comes to his conclusion here and he says that it's not the demon in him that needs killing, it's the man? What's your thoughts about that?
I think honestly, it's honestly, it's part of me thinking he wants to cop out and just I'd rather be evil than deal with the pain. He's not dealing with the pain, and that's kind of where I was trying to go with it. He's neither one of them want to deal with the pain.
Okay.
So it's almost like this is a therapy session for both of them.
I guess the ultimate question, and I'll start with you, and we'll work our way backwards. What's your thoughts on this? On the snow, knowing what you know from the entirety, the fact that you've seen, I would assume you've seen all of Angel and all of Buffy. Knowing what you know now, juxtaposed against what you thought then at the time. What is your thoughts on the snow arriving and saving him so he doesn't have to make the choice? What's your thoughts? Like what do you think it is, and do you think it was like kind of snow ex machina, or do you think
initially that's probably what I did, but later on I would realize this is kind of a sign. What is snow? Pure. It's a washing of the sins, kind of you have a purpose. Your sins have been forgiven, washing you of your sins. it's time to move forward.
Okay, Luke.
I see it as a sign.
Yeah, I mean, for a minute, I thought it was Willow, but as soon as you mentioned the fact that
that's so crazy. I thought it was Willow too when I first watched it. I thought she was going to be like, hey, Buffy, I did the spell, and then I knew he was in trouble, and we did the spell to stop. I was so sure of that. That's so crazy that you thought the same thing.
Well, the funny thing is I remember right before it started snowing, they went to commercial break.
Okay.
And I remember that part because everybody's like, "Oh, come on!" The whole floor was just like pissed for a second, and we all had to watch what stupid '90s commercials was, and then it came back to the snow.
Hey, I like the '90s commercials. I watch YouTube compilations of just '80s and '90s commercials.
Yeah, they were the best.
They are. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's kind of an ex machina, but I don't know. It's I need to rewatch Angel again as well because it does kind of add a little hints that they have brought him back for a reason, but you still don't know that yet. It's kind of adding some ambiguity, and it's also a Christmas episode as well. It's a time for miracles.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, side note, speaking of commercials.
The way you make me laugh.
Oh, here we go.
You got a style that's all your own. I like the sprite in you. You make me want to smile.
Right, let's not fucking paying you for this.
Everybody's so everyone's so silly. There's some sugar and Sprite.
The only one with love.
I can tell you, my girlfriend hates my guts. Like, I'll be around like cleaning the house or just doing some random thing, and I'll be singing that, and she's like, "Why do you sing that stupid fucking song?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm programmed. I can't help it."
The lineman makes me go crazy.
It's the lineman. It's the lineman in my system. But yeah, go ahead, Critter. Give me what you got.
No, I'll admit I'm not as seeped into it. So for me, it was just a wonky snowstorm. Like, oh yeah, that shit can happen. Like, out of nowhere you get snow. So I totally missed the possible.
Well, what do you think? Knowing what you know now, what do you think?
Oh, maybe Willow. Someone helping to. What was said before, like maybe it was Willow to kind of protect her two friends and help them out.
Oh shit! Does no one know what it? Did you guys? Are you guys just waiting for me to give the answer, or do you guys like legit don't know?
I literally went, oh, it's a snowstorm.
No, but
again, I'm watching episodes hit and miss back in the day, so this is the first time sitting and watching it front to back. And
okay, so you don't
whatever
know.
It was, I missed it. I just thought.
Oh, okay, Luke. So do you not know?
What about the whole snowstorm thing?
Yeah, where it came from?
No, what? I've actually forgotten. I think it might have been mentioned in Angel later on, but I need to rewatch it again.
Wow, so you don't know either, Mr. E. Knowing what you know now, the entirety, like, do you not know either? Am I going to be the only one?
I guess you're going to be the only one because.
So it was the powers that be that sent the powers that be that.
Powers that be, yeah.
Yeah,
the same one that gave Cordelia.
Right.
Oh,
the powers that be.
Did they actually? Did they specifically say that?
Yeah, they're very clear about that. Like, they've been guiding Angel for, all of that stuff that happened was supposed to happen.
Those fucking Angel guys. This
is why he started having the visions and so on. And so forth.
The Shanshu prophecy, because Angel is as much of a champion as Buffy is. Maybe more so because he's immortal and he can just keep going and going. Whereas, Buffy is, as creative as she is, she has a limited shelf life. But I've got more to say about that in a later episode. Okay, so cool.
Was it in this episode or was it in Angel that they actually?
It's an Angel where it's the powers that be. I don't even know if they came up with that term until Angel. I
think that was just in my rear view mirror, and never put two and two together.
No, that's all right. I like being the smartest one on the panel.
Yeah.
It's a burden.
Hard.
Yeah, no, it's not. You guys are a bunch of dumbasses. So no, cool. Okay, cool. So anyway, I guess we'll get to freaking Gingerbread. This is maybe the only semi-lame duck episode in the entirety of season 3. I can't think of, and it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. There are no bad season 3 episodes, in my opinion. Maybe
Honestly, I was going to say boo, but rather say moo. This one.
Moo.
Yeah.
Moo. But yeah, I mean, the premise of it is somewhat interesting. But because they cop out and give it a mystical reason, it's less interesting to me.
Well, I was
Because,
kind of excited at first when I saw the dead kids. I'm like, yeah, we're getting into some
yeah.
shit.
Well, also that's stupid as like Buffy allowing her mom to come out with her patrolling is dumb. At least when she
Yeah.
has like Xander or Willow or Giles, at least they know, like they've been doing this a while and at least sort of know, although they don't really ever walk around with weapons. So I'm always kind of like, yeah, but having mom show up there like she's, you know, working at the mall or something and being supportive is really dumb. She could have easily been killed by any number of things. And then of course the catalyst being that she finds the murdered kids, who of course turn out to be Hansel and Gretel, which of course turns out to be a demon that gets people to burn witches at the stake and yada, 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 yada. So, I mean, that's basically the whole point of this.
Honestly, I feel like this was a little decade late, but it had Satanic Panic kind of burnt into it. Kinda.
A little bit.
With all the parents all freaking out.
Yeah. So the kids are dead, but they're not really dead. No one in that, and it's actually the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel and yada yada yada. We do get Amy back for an episode. She pops back in and we're supposed to just believe she's been there the whole time, and she's hanging out with Willow, and the school gets involved after Joyce causes this big hysteria, and you know Willow is, you know, one of the people that they target. I do like, let me see if I can pull the clip up real quick. I wish they had just spent a little bit longer with Amy, bringing her in, if they were going to just use her in this way, because they have her for like 10 seconds in season 5 or something, 4, where Willow accidentally unrats her for like half of a second and then puts her back again. Like, so if she was willing to do that, why couldn't they have just had her, like, you know, just saying hi to Buffy every now and then, or pop in? Like, I don't get it. Like, why didn't they do that?
Yeah, it just seems like one of the characters that they didn't keep it. I'm wondering if they just didn't keep good track of the characters. There wasn't somebody on the side saying, what about this character? We have a list, you know.
Well, you know what they would need for that? What would they need for that, Critter?
A continuity supervisor.
There you go.
Yeah. Critter is my continuity supervisor. So give me, you know what, Critter, go ahead. Give me your overall, just give me an overall feeling of this episode.
I think I enjoyed it because of dead children. I was like, oh, that's a little dark. And I kind of feel like getting, I'll admit, Annie, the witch girl, I didn't
Amy.
catch it right away.
Amy.
I didn't catch it right away. And I'm like, getting back to the other point that I think Mr. E just meant, like, you have these side characters. Why not put them in a little bit? I mean, maybe it's money and budget and time, but like maybe have them appear a little bit more episode to episode, so that when that random student shows up, gets possessed by the weird demon, we've seen him 4 or 5 times in the lunchroom, at the Bronze Cafe, or at the field trip. And I guess it could be money and budget, but like it would have been nicer to see this character more often, and then maybe even helping out and getting involved in a mission from time to time with them, like another witch as backup or something. But now I'm just doing nerdy rewriting of history. No, I enjoyed it. I liked how it kept moving. I liked the I guess the mind, the brainwashing of all the parents, and they're getting back to, like, even when that quasi zombie episode or the wish episode, you really can't kill the PTA because they're just under a spell, so you can't start slashing throats or shooting them. And also, on a side note, I think this is I'm going to say, I might get this wrong, the 14th time that Giles is knocked out. Granted, it's not a head wound. I think he gets a rag on his mouth. What's the chemical?
All of my.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yep. And there's this whole bit of him, like, head wound and brain. Yeah.
Cordelia. Am I the only one turned on by this?
You're not alone, my friend.
So
the man should be dead or having trouble walking at this point.
So what number is this? Knockout, my continuity guy.
I think we're at 14.
Yeah, Passion of the Ned actually did a countdown to his knockdown on this episode.
Well, see, I think we're a little different than him because we counted the one from
alternate universe.
the alternate universe.
The Wish, yeah.
Oh.
So are we at 14 knockouts? Can we establish that?
I'm going to get at 90% yes, and I will confirm before our next gathering to make sure we're on track.
Totally fair.
I'll actually go cheat and find other people who've done this already and get the data.
My hand hurts.
Pity. Oh, why are you here?
Things are way out of control, Giles. First the thing at school, and then my mom confiscates all of my black clothes and scented candles. I came over here to tell Buffy to stop this craziness and found you all unconscious. Again. How many times have you been knocked out, anyway? I swear,
14.
one of these times you're gonna wake up in a coma.
Wake up in a coma? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it just is like, listen, I'm not going to take the time to direct shot on that.
Now,
Giles is actually from Southern California, but he's been hit in the head so often that his accent sounds like he's from England.
Yeah. So during the course of this, Buffy and her friends, including Amy, get although side note, one of the friends is a little femboy witch boy that hangs out with the Amy and Willow, and the big jocks decide they're going to push up on him. I can't find a clip of it, but I love when Buffy just pops in, tilts her head to the side like, hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing? And then the jocks instantly back off. They're like, yeah, all right, my bad. Sorry, Buffy. Our bad on that one. I really, really like that. I also like there's a quote that Cordelia says when after that happens. She's like, hey, if you're going to be defending these witches and the witch wannabes during this time, you're probably going to be a very busy little slayer because people are really upset. And Buffy says, I doubt he'll have any more trouble. And Cordelia goes, I doubt your doubt. That's such a Joss Whedon line. And I use it a lot. Anytime someone says, I doubt something, it's like, I doubt you're going to be able to get this case closed on time. Or I doubt you're going to be able to do this. I'm like, yeah, I doubt your doubt. So it's one of my favorite go-to lines. But anyway, we find out that obviously this is the culprit. It's two little kids pretending to be little kids. And it's actually this demon that wants people to, create witch hunts for whatever reason. Demons do shit. And one of the only consequences of this episode is that Amy uses her rat spell in order to get out of the ropes, but then she can't unrat herself. Maybe she was hoping that, Willow and her friends were going to be proficient enough, but hope in one hand and shit in the other. Am I right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically this fucking, I mean, there's not much to this, to be fair. Overall thoughts on the episode. Go, Mr. E. Tell me just overall thoughts.
Overall, it was started off, it looked good. As soon as the movie came out, I lost interest. I think I was reading a zine at the end of the episode because it just killed it for me. I was like, growing up in the 80s, early 90s, the whole satanic panic, got sick of it. And it's just like, yeah, I checked out, honestly.
Yeah, no, facts. Okay. Anything else you want to say on it?
No, there's really nothing for me. This just felt like we're just going to break right now. We're just taking a breather. This is just a safe bet. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, basically. Well, I think this was the next year though, or maybe it wasn't.
I thought it was.
I think so because I think Amends was the I think what did I call it earlier? Amends was the holiday, before the reruns, the last holiday first run episode. And then hiatus, where they go on hiatus for like 4 or 5 episodes and show repeats, and then they catch up with itself, and then they do something else.
Because I'm trying to, I don't remember seeing this at school because I know we were on break early December, and usually we caught the last 2 and then one before school started. I'm trying to think. I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's January 12th. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
I guess I watched this right before I went back to classes started.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I can remember the Buffy Christmas one being the one before they went to repeats for a little while, and Gingerbread was the first one when they came back. Okay. Northern, what do you got? Uh-oh.
You didn't watch that episode.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the episode, Northern? I had to boot you?
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, I think my signal played up a little bit there because it went quiet. So, yeah, watch this episode. It was, it's definitely a throwaway episode. It really is. I mean, it is pretty funny, and I don't like Angel starting to embrace, trying to find some meaning to his existence. I did like that a little bit, a little the conversation they have, you know, like even if we can't win, you know, we still fight because there's something we're fighting for. I did still like that. And Xander and Oz did get a couple of laughs out of me. Cordelia got a couple of laughs out of me when she was waking Giles up. But it is, we can probably just skip to this next episode, and which I think is a lot better.
Oh, it's it's bangers all the way to the season finale, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're total fucking bangers, especially the next one. And I got a lot to say. So I'm going to like go deep and hard on the next one, like fucking, you know, drunk sorority girl. Okay, Critter, what do you got?
Yeah, no, I mean, if we were going to do the skip it, yeah, I would say skip it. It's an okay episode.
I mean, this is not quite, I don't think any season 3 can really be a skip it. This one's super danger close. This one's like really dangerous.
It's not awful, but I could see why, you know, if you were to skip it, or you can half watch it, but I still liked it. You know, dead children.
But if you skip the consequences, if you skip it, is that you would not know why Amy is a rat. That gets brought up a lot in the rest of until she's not a rat again. It gets brought up a lot.
And you know, I also like the angry mob, angry possessed mob. You know, the few against the whole town, dead children, the Giles getting knocked out and being.
The amount of times that you have brought up how much you like dead children is really disturbing to me.
I guess I'm saying dead children a lot because it's a concept that doesn't really, it's not prevalent now. The last time a child I remember being blown away by the fact that the child was being killed was the remake of The Blob. An 8-year-old gets devoured. Tell me in a film in the last 10 years where any child is in danger. Like even Jurassic Park, that young boy who gets electrocuted and almost eaten by a velociraptor, like that kid should have been dead. He kept surviving by the skin of his teeth. So when a child gets murdered or killed or whatever, I'm like, holy crap, they went there and killed a kid. That's all.
I think kids animals should be off the not off the table. They should be on the table with the rest of us. And old people.
Oh wow.
And
so
hey, I admit,
so basically you
when they kill a dog or a cat for no reason, like
the
dog or a
cat has
horror
it coming.
film, and that bothers me. But whatever, I mean, you know.
But dead kids is fine.
Yeah, well, because they're evil.
Are you having trouble? Are your kids acting up a lot at home? Like, what's happening? Is there something?
The last 2 days, yes, it's out of control.
Okay. Well, hey, just in commemoration of that, for those of you, we didn't talk about. Well, this isn't quite 85, but there was a family film called Mac and Me.
Yeah, I brought a clip.
I can stop him. Let me go out there, please.
I can't let you do that, son. He's got a gun. We're gonna lose him, Bill.
They don't know how to drive anyway.
Stop him.
Hey, Rick!
Oh, shit. About. That's the what's this?
This is cinematic masterpiece right there. You killed not only a child but a handicapped child.
I know. It's the fucking about.
Is the wheelchair warm from being so close to the explosion?
It probably should be.
Well, okay, so. Should I see that movie? I've seen nothing but clips of it. Is it really god awful?
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart.
I saw that.
Unreal.
All right, here's the here's the preview for next week's episode, Helpless, that we will be talking about. That's how we'll do it. Pretty much moving forward, we may wind up doing 2 episodes. We may not. If we did do 2 episodes, 1, it'll go faster, and 2, they evenly match up because there is 2 different 2-parters that occur before the end of this. So, but here is the promo for next week's episode, Helpless.
Right in the heart.
Buffy's lost her strength.
Give you a hand with that, little lady?
Now she must endure a Slayer's rite of passage. Her powers are gone.
Somebody please help me!
But the danger remains. An all-new Buffy.
I have to encourage everybody. I know I've already said it and you're sick of hearing me say it. If you can find it, Drew and Spike, Pretty Maids in a Row. That will give you so much more understanding of the Watchers and why they do things the way that they do it. If you can find that book, even if it's just at the library, take a look at it or just read the Wikipedia page for it or something like that. It'll teach you a lot more about the Watchers and why they do what they do. But any final thoughts of anybody before we go? So we'll probably be Helpless, and then I think it's Helpless and Earshot is the next two. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong on that, hopefully my continuity expert will correct me. But I think that's right. That seems right to me for some reason. And then we got Bad Girls and Consequences, and then I mean they're just fucking banger after banger for all the way to the end of this season. I mean, you guys may or may not agree. I have no idea, but yeah, that's what we do. But any final thoughts? Anyone want to plug anything before we go? I'm totally fine with that too. I have nothing planned until Buffy next week, and being on Stranger Things on Friday, which I may not wind up being able to do actually because the festival's next weekend. So I may not. It's going to be hard to get. Well, I'll get Buffy in. We'll get Buffy in next week for sure. But I mean, we're gonna go early like we should, because obviously there's activity and shit in the hotel as clearly. But in the wee hours of the morning, nothing's really happening, especially like between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. before anyone's like, there's nothing happening in the auditorium and conference rooms and stuff like that. So I usually have it to myself. But we're closing in on an hour. Anyone want to say anything real quick?
Nope. Yeah. I'm going to be doing a Bastards breakdown on Batman 89 with Critic Al and Kung Fu Hot Dog. So
we're seeing that
7 p.m. UK time.
Dope. Critter, you?
No, I was going to say over the next few years, I'm going to do a little bit of interneting to try to find I know she's probably obviously she'll be in the episode, The Prom, to try to find Jessica Johnson's actual clip.
That would be dope. Continuity
that way,
expert.
when we watch the episode, hey, right there, there she has come through the door with a shotgun.
Dude, that is awesome. I love you for that. Dude, you are doing too much. I may have to fucking PayPal
The good news is, just from a quick search on my phone, there's like 4 or 5 Wikipedia and Buffy websites that talk about it, and her name keeps popping up. I'm just kind of half scrolling on a couple of sites. So hopefully, if I know what she looks like, what scene, I can then get to the episode, scan through, and then there she is, and do a screenshot. So come next Sunday, we'll know there she is. That's the girl that made the 800 calls.
Mr. E. By the way, Mr. E, do you have your own channel?
Well, I mean, this is going to be this is my, I guess, private channel, so to speak, for now.
Well, send me your @ so I can tag you in this video, okay? Because I wasn't able to tag you in last night's. So send me your @ in the private chat so that I can figure out. I'll tag you.
I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send the channel that I'm opening up, the Unsolved Mystery, and because eventually I'm gonna start migrating everything over there. Like I was telling Luke the other day.
Unsolved Mystery, like the show Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah,
with
but
Robert Stack. You know Robert Stack?
I am. No, just kidding.
You are Robert Stack?
Yes.
Yeah, will you be showing some of your because I know you used to work in stop motion as well, didn't you, a while back?
I've done stop motion. I did several stop motion on student films back when I went to the university. And but what I was telling Luke is that basically I'm moving over and I've created my own LLC, and I'm going to start taking the Unsolved Mr. E seriously.
Sneaky.
I've got the best clip for you for Unsolved Mysteries.
No way.
Oh, shit.
Not this time.
No.
We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened.
I am going to start dressing like that.
You should, Mr. E. Oh, that's so clever. That's so fucking clever. I just basically took the name that I got gifted when I was the admin on the Critical Drinker page. People just started calling me the Lord of Toxicity because I kept booting people. Basically started because when Little Mermaid came out, we had like a group. They just kept wanting to put the same meme up with the Little Mermaid looking at the black Little Mermaid looking up and Aquaman's cock over her face. And it's like we let one through, but then like fucking 50 people wanted to. And when we didn't let it through, they went, like little incel fucking crybabies. They're like, "Why isn't my meme posted? You're a Nazi." I was like, oh, okay. So they created this whole hater group just hating on me. It's the anti fucking toxic piece of shit for the admin on the drinker page. So which I was flattered because 2,000 members strong. That's cool. When you have 2,000 people that actively hate you and have a picture of you with a line through it, you've done something there. That you
That's
really
a fan club there.
That's good stuff. But okay, great guys. I'm looking forward to that. As soon as I get that, I promise I will put that in the description. Mute your mics, guys, because I am going to play us out. But if you want to talk afterwards in the green room, totally fine. We can do that. And without further ado, I hope you join us next week. Like, comment, and subscribe to myself and the wonderful gentlemen that are in here with me. And we will be back next week with Helpless for sure. And I'm pretty sure Earshot. No, actually, I don't think it is Earshot. As a matter of fact, it's not Earshot, is it? Because Earshot's later. It's Helpless and something else. I don't remember what, but that's okay. We will figure it out by next week. It's Helpless and some other episode that we will be doing. So see you next time.
Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
You are the Slayer. Into each generation, a Slayer is born.
Why don't we start with, hi, I'm Buffy.
Xander.
Cordelia. Willow, right?
Mr. Giles.
Angel.